Despite of efforts through development of a superhighway to reduce traffic snarl-ups in the city, the government has joined hands with IBM to integrate the existing road infrastructure with technology in a bid to create efficiencies to address this menace. Inefficiencies in the transport sector are estimated to cost Kenya's capital Nairobi to the tune of $500,000 per day due to lost man hours, reduced productivity and high fuel consumption by the users. These inefficiencies are not only a result of the use by motorists, but pedestrians contribute to the congestion.
A lot of problems with traffic is to do with people. When it rains, why do you have a big traffic jam? And when it's dry, you'd see everybody leaving the office at the same time. When there is a two-lane highway, you'll see 3 or 4 lanes being created. And I think if we just behave more rationally and more courteously to each other, some of these problems will also be solved. And of course, we conform to what the traffic regulations require that we do. We don't have people going on the wrong lane simply because it's empty and then going to block the lane on the other side. So it's really partly a problem that we can address as citizens and then a problem that should be addressed by government itself.
To address this growing concern, the government is leveraging the use of technology to help streamline the flow of traffic through setting up a smarter transportation authority to harness initiatives from various agencies.
What we've been focusing on for a long time has been the hardware, the hard infrastructure. And I think what smart cities are looking at or are proposing is a combination of the hard infrastructure plus soft solutions, which is more to do with information, to do with technology, so that we can have a solution that is a mix of both. Yes. So in that sense, we will gain because to build physical infrastructure takes much more time and is so much more expensive than to use the smart solutions that are being proposed here today.
What we found here was excellent plans in place, but the ability to implement and execute is somewhat challenged because of the way Kenyan government's organized and how they're trying to move forward. So the roadmap's really focusing on identification of clear opportunities in the short term that can begin to alleviate the traffic challenges, and then longer term strategies that really allow them to move forward and get the city moving, if you will.
The current use of technology has not only made it easier to manage traffic on routes where it is deployed, but has also enabled users to plan their trips around the city and for the innovators to partner with the government in making traffic decongestion in the city a reality through public-private partnerships.
So one of the core recommendations to the government is to create a transportation authority, smart transportation authority, where we bring the ICT organization together with transport, and one of the charter initiatives is for them to look at public-private partnerships on how to do that. So if you take Access Kenya and the cameras that they have in place now, are there ways that the government could work with Access Kenya to form a partnership to improve the performance of those, to extend them beyond where they are now, and then the government begin to collect that information, streaming and in other ways, so that they can use it. So that's about a partnership between government and Access Kenya and others, not only the cameras they have in place now, but to expand those cameras. And the way that we propose that should go forward is take some pilot projects, form a partnership, take some pilot projects, begin to prove that you can stand that infrastructure up, then you can grow it.
PPP is, I think, a bit difficult because currently we don't have a proper legislative framework. We have a law or a regulation under the Public Procurement Act, but government is now developing law. In fact, there's, I think, a draft law that's supposed to go to Parliament that's going to address PPPs specifically, so that when one comes and wants to participate in the PPP, he knows there's some sort of legislative framework that's going to assist him.
Going forward, the use of technology is expected to be embraced across various industries which have previously been dominated by the use of outdated systems and structures. For Eye on Kenya, I'm Loise Wachira.